Yeah, I think also, I mean, a lot of what happens, again, what else am I going to talk about? Movies and TV. These inaccurate portrayals, and but it happens in fiction too. It happens in people when people write about things too. It happens in all sorts of situations, and of course, it also happens in the world out there now too, because there's so much confusion. Okay, so kissing. I think there's this sort of cliche of people being around each other, and they're I don't know. It's you really cannot fix things that are not there in a relationship, or like put things in a relationship that weren't there in the first place by introducing like sex to it. I mean, you certainly people can have sex who can have and like having sex with people that they don't know very well. It can happen, and you can even kind of develop sort of a superficial relationship with someone, which is just a physical relationship. But people do those things. But even so, you have to find a way of relating to them, especially if you're going to have something that's like, lasts for a while or whatever it is. It doesn't in one way or another, you're always relating to the people that you're in contact with in some way, right? But something like, I don't know, and for people to have like some kind of casual relationship, they also have to be able to deal with, they still have to be able to deal with being a person. You still have to be able to deal with the other person being a person. If you're not really going to get to know each other emotionally or whatever it is, you still have to be able to deal with it not being something that's like all airbrushed, that kind of thing. You do have to be able to deal with that, and how people manage that, I'm not sure. Because I've never had a relationship like that where I was actually having sex with somebody, or like a lot of real like physical activity with somebody. So, but I think love is not based on, really cannot be based on physical attraction. It really can't be. I mean, you're gonna, yeah, I think it's not good to try to be in a physical relationship with someone that you're not attracted to physically. But I mean, when they talk about when love is based on how you treat somebody every day. That's what it's based on. Either you treat somebody in a loving way every day, or you don't do that, or it's uneven in some way, or there's some type of issue, or the things you have to like work through, or whatever it is. But the actual love is how you treat and are treated by somebody every day. There's no way around it, and there's no shortcut through it. And if you've done a lot of things to hurt someone, that's going to be an issue, because that's going to weigh on your relationship, and there's just no way out of it. You have to deal with it. You have to deal with what you did. Um, yeah, and I think it must be, I think, when you've been with someone for a while, and do have an actual loving relationship with them, in the way that you treat them, in the way that you talk to them, in the way that you approach them about things, in the way that you deal with them throughout the day, in the way that you solve problems together, in the way that you talk about them to other people, in the way that the way that you agree or disagree about things, those things that are not sexual things, I think. But when you've built that relationship with someone, probably, and you're attracted to them, your probably sex life is probably pretty good. And you don't have that sense of anxiety about performance the way that you would have with someone that you did not have those other types of connections with, because the more that you're in a good relationship with somebody, the more that you're going to remain the person that you are within the context of that larger relationship when you're being physical with them. I think that's the thing that I think is missing most of the time from most portrayals in most fictional portrayals. That sense of bringing something with you into your physical contact with someone that is based on the larger context of your relationship.